Hey folks, welcome back to the Portable Gamer. Welcome back to Farming Simulator 2017 and welcome back to Coldborough Park Farm. So I skipped ahead another couple days. It is the 5th day of summer and our canola is ready to harvest. And if you look in, I always forget what zoom is. There it is. If you look at fields 23 and 22, and let me see if I can get a better view here. Wow, there goes my voice. Like straight away, there goes my voice. Fields 22, 23, and then this small unmarked meadow behind the shed. That was all the grass that we had to harvest. And it's ripe again. It's ready to harvest again when we get done bringing in our canola. But we got 360,000 liters of silage out of that field, and or out of those 3 fields, rather. So that's a good thing. That's going to make us some money. I think it's going to make us about 80 to 90,000 euro. In fact, our Stewart trailer is loaded with silage. I've been hauling it down to the BGA and selling it. So we should make probably 80 to 90,000, and we can do that twice a year. So that's 180,000 euro a year just from grass. That's fantastic. And we're getting digestate from that as well, which is cool because I think we spent about 25,000 euro on fertilizer for the canola fields. So that'll be nice to not have to buy that anymore. That'll put a little bit more money in our pocket. You can see we got a Heron trailer. We had a Richard Western grain trailer. And it was having problems with the textures. It kept loading black. Sometimes I would load and it would be fine, right? It would have the regular white texture that we had put on it. And other times it would be black. And not black like this. This is a trailer painted black. But the Richard Weston would be like a black texture error, so it just looks like a hole in time and space. Come on, TW. Come on, you got this. And this is a perfect opportunity. You can see us getting out of this driveway. I turned the traffic off on Coldborough Park. If you know this map, then you know about the traffic. I really think it's an inside joke. I do, because in base game FS17, the traffic moves about 18 miles per hour. And my personal theory is that is all that the script that moves the traffic, because it's not really AI. It's just a script moving polygons around on a track. But it does respond to you, and if you pull out, it'll slow down. It won't hit you. Well, I think 18 miles per hour is about all the... that's the minimum gap that it can handle to figure out how to cope with something being in front of it. Bullet Bill has this set up so the traffic is going almost 40 miles an hour, and they just ram you. It's like they do not have time to stop, and they just ram you. And it's incredibly frustrating and annoying because we are running more realistic and we are running gearbox, which means, as you saw, just pulling out of that driveway onto the highway, it takes a minute. It's a tractor, right? And even with an empty grain trailer, that's still a couple tons of trailer. So it really is a slow process to pull out, and it doesn't matter how big a gap you wait for in the traffic. A car will come along as you're pulling out and just ram you. And the way the physics are set up, a car, a 2-ton car hits a 5-ton tractor and just catapults it into the hedgerow. Very, very frustrating. So I did have to turn it off. And also, like I said, Bullet Bill is a pretty solid map maker. There's no doubt. You don't put together something like Coldborough Park without having attention to detail. It's a good map. So I don't know why the traffic is set up that way. And the other thing is, and I've said this not just on this map, but on all maps, if it's a little country area, traffic should be a lot more sporadic. I love the idea of cars moving around on a map. I think it brings a lot of life to a map, but not that much. We're out in the country, and people would have no reason to be out here, and certainly not that many people. But enough about that. So, I told you about silage. I told you about our grass fields. We have them triple fertilized. They're ready to harvest again. Our canola is ready to come in. We've got the old Case 1660. So this is a base game combine harvester, but we've got a mod version of it, right? It's old. It's got a really goofy default view too. Why would you start me out there in space? And I'm also running, this is the Ludmilla Power Sound Pack. So it's a mod sound. I'm going to keep quiet during the start sequence, and I'll let you hear the whole thing. This is unbelievable. Here we go. Check this out. Love it. Love it. And it gets even louder when it starts harvesting. It is all good stuff. Now, we have got some important decisions to make right about now, and I will tell you why. Once again, because we're running gearbox and more realistic, and because this map has a ton of side hill, I've done this. I've done it too many times. I do not want to get the combine harvester stuck in a hedge, and I do not want to end up going side hill and sliding sideways into a hedge. I don't know how dense this canola is. I know it is triple fertilized, and a couple of the fields did get plowed, so we get that other 10% buff. But it's the 30, 30, and 30 from the fertilizer, and we're almost double. It's a lot of canola, but I still don't know how fast the tank on this harvester is going to fill. So I don't really know where to start the field because we don't have a headland yet, and there's no real space in there. So basically, I am really trying to avoid having the combine harvester in the wrong place on the field when it's full and no way to get a cart to it, and we'd have to back up the whole way in a loaded, right? We've got a fully loaded tank now, and we're on a side hill. So basically what I'm saying is a lot of things could go wrong, and I'm trying to avoid all of them. So I think what I'd like to do is start down here and drive back up to the top of the hill where we just were. And this is going to give us an indication of how fast the hopper is going to fill on this thing. And if I'm wrong and we do get full, then we can back down a hill to this gap in the hedge and get it sorted out. Does that make sense? I think it makes sense. Right, so the sound when we actually like fire up the harvester, it's running right now, but we're gonna get her going. This is another great sound, so I'll keep quiet for this one as well. Here we go. And apparently that is recorded from a real 1660 with, I want to say, an 8-liter Cummins diesel. I don't know. I think it sounds fantastic. It is extremely loud. I'm like turning down my headphones as we speak. But I think it's fantastic. I love it. I love it. So we're not filling up too awful fast, I have to say. It's a pretty small header. I don't know if we're going to be able to make it all the way around the field. But maybe we'll definitely be able to make it to the top of the hill. That was, I was being cautious, but I was pretty sure we'd get there. I think we'll be able to get to the bottom of the hill. There's another gate down there out onto the highway. So if we had to, we could drive the Ford like off the farm property and down the highway a little ways and then through that gate and unload that way. And from there, I think, well, let's do this. I know we can make it to the gate. Let's go to the gate, and if we're, say, 50% or less, then we'll go ahead and just continue on around, and at that point, we'll have a true headland. So, okay. Going okay so far. Going okay so far. I was a little nervous, I have to say, but we're doing all right. And the other thing is there is no good pricing on, there's no great demand for canola at the moment, and we only have 100,000 liters of storage space. So I think what I'm going to do is fill the silo first. So we'll get 100,000 put away, if we even clear 100,000. I was estimating like 200 to 300,000 for all of these fields combined. That'd be nice. I hope I'm not wrong. Let's go in cab. I hope I'm not wrong, because we really need the money. But regardless, we'll go, our first 100,000 will go in the silo. And from there, we will take it down and sell it straight away. We have to. We have no other place to put it. And whether we get a good price for it or not, that's just going to have to be how it works out this time of year. And we'll sell the rest when we get a great price for it. But I think when you combine the the canola and the silage, or if you say oilseed rape, some people say that, but I call it canola. If you combine the canola and the silage, I think we're going to be okay. I think one more load of silage and we can be out of debt by the end of the first year. And we bought, I didn't show it to you, but we also bought a JCB 536 telehandler because I want to get a dairy going. I know we have the front loader on the Case 1455 that lives down at the dairy, but I wanted to get a proper telehandler because we need the bigger bucket if we're going to be handling all this silage. I can't load a 40,000 liter trailer to take it down to sell. I can't do that with a 1,200 liter bucket. That would take 1,000 years. Can't do it. So that's where we're at. Here's this gate, and we are okay. We're well shy of 50%. So I believe we will make it all the way around the field and have a headland. So that's cool. That was a concern. And then from there, I will most likely put the combine harvester on a worker, and we'll hop in the Ford and run the grain cart to service it. Now, I don't know how long. In fact, we can hop out and take a look. How long do you think that's going to take? Yeah, not too long at all, right? But the thing about it is, wow, my voice, man. But the thing about it is, the longer it takes, that just means it's more canola that we're bringing out of the field. So I'm okay. It's going to take a while. It is definitely going to take a while off camera, but I'm okay with it because that just means we're harvesting a ton of canola. Right. So there's one. Are there two gates here now? No, I don't think there are. Whoa. Okay. A moment, please. Looks like we got a little irregularity in our surface, but we got it. Okay. Yeah, got a little divot there. So yeah, I think we'll definitely. I don't want to say definitely. I've been fooled before. We should make it all the way around this first headland. We'll do all right, and then like I said, we'll put it on a worker. I want to continue doing headlands on the AI worker, and then at some point we'll straighten it back out and just do lengths. This is a fantastic mod. It's on Mod Hoster. Both the combine harvester and the header and the sound are all on Mod Hoster. It's a really, really good mod. I like it, and I know it. You know, it's probably a bit too small, but I'm really trying to discipline myself because I feel like very often on maps I have equipment that is unrealistically big. You know, it just feels. How do I want to say this? To me, it still feels small. Like I'd rather go with something bigger, not big bud bigger, but like a 7 series or a 9 series or something. And it's like, no, man, that's still, even though it feels small to you, it's still too big. You want to be on much smaller equipment. Farms are businesses, you know, they got a budget. They got to really focus on like economizing every way they can. And the idea of running, you know, all 7 series or 8 series or 9 series tractors is like, no, man, we'd never make any money. Those things are 300,000 euro a piece. Can't do that. So it's challenging, but it's fun for me to go with smaller equipment than I would typically be running and realize that even that might be a little bit big. So I think this 1660 is just right, and I really don't plan on owning more than the fields around the farm on the top of the hill. So we'd buy 3 and 6, and that's all I can handle on this map in single player. So it's still one of my favorite maps, and it's a fantastic map. I continue to be impressed by it, and I've said before, it was the first map that really, like, it really clicked for me that this was a very, very cool sim. And we're going to come off the cruise control because we got to make a mighty turn here. Back it up a little bit there. Yeah, let's do it. Let's back up just the tiniest little bit. Take another swing at it. There you go. Yeah, I didn't want to leave anything on the inside of that turn. Okay, so we're back at, in fact, we'll be able to go past the gate where we came in. Well, it's not a gate, it's just a gap in the hedge, but we'll be able to go past there and back to the top of the hill. And what I'll probably do is hop out, leave this thing idling, run over, grab the Ford, empty it, and then put it on a worker. And we're gonna be, you know what, this might be a short video. I don't know. Do you want to watch us harvest for a while? I don't know. I'm really I'm watching a lot of YouTubers lately and trying to learn from them. And it's I guess it's just different for everybody, because I know some YouTubers, I would never call their videos boring, but they are very like, I don't know, slow, I guess, slow paced. And it could be, you know, just harvesting for like 90 minutes. And they have a ton of views, so there are obviously people that are into that. And then other people, you know, just do things more quickly. And there's some people that even do time lapses. So I don't know. I guess there's something for everyone. But if you, I don't know, let's harvest till the cart is full. Let's do that, because this thing, I think the tank on this thing's about 6,000, and that cart is 16,000. So yeah, let's empty the cart, or let's empty the combine harvester a couple times. We'll fill the cart once, drop that off at the silo, and call it good. Okay, that's a nice compromise. It's a nice compromise. Perfect. So it is the evening before New Year's Eve. I'm going to record this today, Sunday. I'm going to get it rendered. I'm going to get it uploaded, but I'm not going to post it till Tuesday. And then tomorrow, New Year's Eve in the morning, I may record something again for New Year's Eve, the same as I did for Euro Truck. But just for anybody that's you know, maybe not feeling too good on New Year's Eve. You just want to chill a little bit. Something that's I don't know. I know what I want it to be. I just don't necessarily know how I want to describe what I want it to be. Right. Let me zoom in just a little bit here. And my goal, very realistic response on this thing. In fact, I have to set the brake to get it into reverse. Come on. There you go. Oh, love it. Love it. So get the pipe out, and that Heron trailer is pretty low, so I think even with the pipe being at a down angle like that, I think we'll be able to get the trailer under it. Okay, so we'll go over here and we'll get our, God, that thing is loud. We'll go over here and we'll get our T-dub, which I inadvertently referred to as an F-dub in a video. I feel like I don't have a big enough audience yet for people to notice that sort of thing, but I know there are people that definitely notice that sort of thing. And I think this will be quicker. I think this will be quicker if we go around this way. Unless we don't have the radius, and we don't. Okay, so we'll go back out and just do a 3-point turn. Okay, no problem at all. So, do this here. Where are we at? 20 minutes? Okay. So we go over here. Yeah, actually, the thing's... You get such a distorted perspective on size because you got big tractors and small tractors, right? Big equipment and small equipment, and you forget that all of this equipment is big. Some of it is bigger, right? But none of it's actually small. You know, here I am thinking, wow, this is just a little cart. It'll fit right under that pipe. Well, it might, but it's still a pretty big cart. And I don't want to... Yeah. I know that's a little rubber boot on the end there. All right. What's going on here? What's going on here? Do we need to manually unload? Maybe. Pipe in. Well, I don't know. Let's, where we at on, yeah, we're pretty full up. Huh. Let's try this. Let's take the brake off. Let's go down here a ways. Pipe in. Let's go down here a ways and see if we can get to a better spot where that cart can get under the pipe a little easier. Okay. It's always something. It's always something on the farm. You know it is. All right. But now, unfortunately, we're going to be full pretty soon. Oh, it's always something. But we may make it down here to the bottom of the field. No, I don't think we are. But there's a nice little straight and narrow here. Yeah. Let's go right up in here somewhere. Plenty of room for the cart. Relatively flat. Okay, so we're going to stop here. Up. Set the brake. Right. And we're going to run up the hill. A very fit farmer. Always running. So hop in here. Now, if this doesn't take it, I mean, let's double check. Yeah, of course it does. Okay. So it's not the... Okay. It's not the cart. There's no manual unload. Ah, it's a mystery. I think it may have just been the way the triggers were aligned with us being... with both vehicles being sort of cattywampus. You know what I mean? Off camber. Bit of an angle. Let's see if this does any better for us. Of course it does. Okay. Cool. So, set the brake on the Ford. Hop out. Nope. Let's be safe. Let's be good farmers. Right. And this thing empties. I prefer a combine that empties more realistically. I don't like... I think there's some class mods. Yeah, I think there's some class mods that it empties 14,000 liters in like 8 seconds. Just has never felt realistic to me. Right, so that's empty. I'm going to leave the pipe out so we don't smack it on the tractor. Drop the header. Rolling. And then once we get clear, I'll bring the pipe in. There we go. Okay. So now, I'm going to stop again. Set the brake. And everything's all set up. Okay. So, brake off. And hire a worker. Let's put Clara to work. Clara needs some practice. Clara, you're up. And there she goes. Fantastic. We're going to follow along, make sure she's doing okay. How are we doing on time? 24 minutes. Perfect. We may not fill the cart. We may just do 2 loads because it'll take a full trip around to fill it again. Just make sure old Clara is tracking around the turns here. Is she going to cut it or do a 3-point turn? Face full of chaff. There she goes. Okay. Beautiful. Now while we're down here, I guess I don't need to. I was going to open these gates, but there's no reason to. We won't have to come in from the bottom now that we have a headland to work in. And that's not even a gate. It's just some barbed wire where the hedge is missing. Okay, cool. Like that. Like that. Beautiful. Did it stop? I thought it... started acting up there. Okay. Right. So we'll run back over to the Ford. And yeah, I think we'll just get, say, 2 or 3 headlands. We'll get enough room to work, and then we will put it on, we'll put it on lengths. Fantastic. I feel like every tractor that I own right now has amazing sound. Both the 1455s, the Ford, the 1660, and the Optum all just sound great. I love it. So we don't really need to. Oh, can already feel the weight. We don't really need to, but let's go ahead and empty Clara. And then I want to check the price on this canola, and we'll call it. That'll be right around 30 minutes. Perfect. Alright, and that's, swap that out right now. We do have her on stop to unload, and we don't need that. So, back in here, settings, wait during unload, off. There you go. Perfect. Let's check the price on canola and see how we're going to do. Because it looks like 2 headlands is going to give us, call it 10,000. So yeah, I feel like we could be at 300,000 for all the property. All right. Ooh. 500. Well, I mean, that's not great, but if we get, let's say we get 200 grand, right? Not 200,000 euros. We get 200,000 liters, right? At 500 euro a ton, that's 100,000. Okay. It does, and it has, and I think it always will seem a little off to me that 4 or 5 massive canola fields make you less money than 3 small grass fields. That's always seemed like a little tweak in the economy could be applied to fix that. But so it goes. Let's get a good image for a screenshot. Like so, about like so, with the sky. There you go. There you go, folks. Right there. Folks, thanks for stopping back to check out The Portable Gamer. Thanks for joining us for another episode of Farming Simulator 17 from Coldborough Park. And we'll see you next time. Take care now.